right, guys, well, we have officially arrived to Juneau, and it's kind of crazy again to be back here. And we're here basically kind of like the same time that we were in July, but it's not as busy because of the fact that we're the only ship here. When we were here in July, around the same time frame, right, like 2 o'clock, there were like 6 other ships here, so super busy, really crowded and kind of crazy. So it's kind of nice to be back and it's not so crowded and crazy. And we're gonna go do some whale watching, go eat some king crab hopefully, and then I don't know, see if there's anything that we can go walk in and buy here in the city of Juneau. With Taylor being super backlit for the first time on this trip, we have broken out the big jackets because it is about like 30 something out there.
It's chilly.
We're gonna be on a boat and we know it's gonna be even colder, so.
Welcome back everyone to our Alaskan cruise in October. We are sailing on the Norwegian Encore. It's a beautiful ship with lots to do for adults and kids. This is our second cruise to Alaska. Our first cruise was on Royal Caribbean's Ovation of the Seas, and that cruise was in mid-July of 2023, and if you're interested in seeing that experience, you can check it out here. But don't forget, if you're interested in sailing to Alaska or taking a cruise, make sure that you send Taylor an email at taylor@goldgalgetaways.com, and if you're looking to plan your next destination vacation, whether it's to Walt Disney World, Disneyland, or anywhere else around the world, including some cruises or all-inclusives, make sure you head on over to goldgalgetaways.com to start planning today.
Katelynne needs her jacket on. She's cold. I don't have my mic on.
Taylor's throwing her jacket on already. I don't think it's that bad at the moment. Now, I do know that once we probably get out on the water, it's going to be pretty cold. So, also a little crazy that like basically everybody that was waiting in the theater is coming on this tour today. So they are still doing tours here at the port that you can jump onto if you didn't get something on the ship. Looks like most of them are probably going to Mendenhall.
I'm actually wondering if I brought it.
So one thing that I will mention when it comes to doing something like this, it's not through the ship. Be aware that like if the bus breaks down out there and you happen to get delayed, the ship's not going to wait for you. So keep that in mind. For us today, the tour that we're doing, if something happens, the ship will wait for us until we get back. So no stress there. But this is going to be a huge group of people today. Hopefully we're going to be on several different boats.
Oh, that's what I'm hoping.
I hope, but we'll see.
This is important to know for our sailing here in October. This is the very last sailing of the season. Norwegian Cruise Line is the only company currently sailing at this time of the year. So that means in most of all of October, you're only going to see Norwegian Cruise Lines sailing this time of the year. For today in Juneau, we're going to do a whale watching tour. Whales, for the most part, begin to make their way to Hawaii in September, with most of the population gone completely in October. So you need to really have your expectations set properly when sailing to Alaska in October. Last year, in 2023, in July, we did an excursion just like this, and this was through Royal Caribbean. It was on a much smaller group, on a much smaller boat, and we saw lots of whales. But we also saw bubble net feeding, which was awesome, and the whales were super active. There were also a lot more excursions to choose from in July, and by comparison, during the normal Alaskan season, which is mid-June to the end of August. So when you're considering a cruise like this so late in the season, set the proper expectations for weather and activities. In October, you're going to have a lot less to choose from when it comes to excursions. Most operators have closed up shop. There's nobody around for tourism, so why stick around? So your options will be less. We booked this specific whale excursion while sitting in the sugarcane bar on the ship on embarkation day with low expectations, but hopeful we will see some whales.
Well, we've made it enough that you can see Taylor because she's super backlit. But we're going to be on a pretty big ship. This is much
It's a
larger.
boat, not a ship.
Yeah, it's a boat, but it's much larger than what we did last time that we were here in July, so I'm kind of interested to see how this is going to go today. We are just getting back. You can see the ship's over here behind us. And a lot of people are making their way back towards the ship, which
Hopefully it's good for us.
hopefully is good for us.
We'd like to get some food.
Taylor really wants to go to this place called Tracy's Crab Shack, which is interesting
I want some king crab.
because our bus driver just told us that it has not gotten very good reviews from people that she knows.
You know what I think probably part of the problem is? It's really expensive for the king crab, and their menu otherwise is very small.
Oh, right.
So people probably don't like it for one or both of those reasons.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll be able to get in and eat, and hopefully it's not a long wait because we are hungry.
And hopefully we can eat inside.
But the ship doesn't leave till 10:30, so we have plenty of time.
No, it leaves at 11. We have to be on by 10.
Right, we have to be back on by 10:30. But hopefully, you know, I mean, we've got plenty of time, so hopefully it'll be a-okay. But still, I mean, kind of.
It's cool to see the ship all lit up.
It's also kind of nice to not feel like we're being rushed, even though we kind of are, like we were last time. Because we were late getting back to the ship.
Ernesto from Mexico.
All
All right, so what did you get ordered?
I ordered 2 pounds of king crab. I got Josh some beer battered shrimp because he doesn't like crab. And got him some crab bisque though, so I will be trying that. Oh, they're huge. Oh. Wait, yeah.
These are some crazy battered shrimp.
They look big. Oh my gosh, it's huge.
They're pretty good too. Pretty good.
I'm gonna try and get it all apart first before I start eating it. That way I can just enjoy it all at once. I got all my crab cracked. Now I got a big old pile of it here. I am actually gonna use my fork because it might be a little bit easier. It is so good.
Hope you eat it all.
Buddy, I could eat more.
All right, how was it?
I got my king crab. Oh, that was delicious. I don't think I've actually had king crab before. You always see it when you go somewhere and it looks so good, but it's like, it's expensive. It really is. And it doesn't matter where you are, whether you're in Alaska or you're in Florida. Alaskan king crab is expensive because it just is. But it is worth it. And I'm so glad I got to have it in Alaska. That just made it more special, but it was absolutely delicious. And we had good company at dinner, people we didn't know, and then the couple switched out to another couple and we were talking to them too. So we had a nice little dinner at Tracy's King Crab Shack here in Juneau. So let us know if you've ever been before because we didn't try this last time, but it was delicious getting to visit this time.